I'm David Overholt, writer-director of Star Wars Fallen Jedi.
And I'm Micha Magill. I played Jedi Master Vong Zar in Fallen Jedi.
And I'm Michael Overholt. I am the cinematographer for Fallen Jedi.
Except for this scene right here, actually, because you were sick as a dog, if I remember right.
Yeah, I couldn't get out of bed.
This scene here was, we just happened upon a stick fort out in the middle of nowhere in the woods, and we thought, wow, we got some extra production value, so we just kind of incorporated that into the fan film.
Right here, this was pretty hard to do, because I was looking at the viewfinder, trying to chase him through the woods, and you had your blind contacts in, so it was really hard to see where we were going. Kind of stupid, because I could have tripped and broken that camera.
Mm-hmm. Running through the woods with those contacts was like running through fog.
I love that shot right there. I know I did it, but it's still cool seeing a probe droid reflecting in the water like that. One of the few visual effects shots that went exactly how I wanted it to on this movie.
There was our fallen tree in Fallen Jedi.
Yeah, we ended up having to rework the ending because that tree was supposed to be part of the ending.
Blew down in a tornado, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw it, we came back for some location scouting, and after the storm was over, and saw it had been totally snapped and fell over. But the big splintered edge looked so cool, I was like, we gotta find some way to use this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
these probe flybys are some of my favorite shots in the film. The way you kind of made them look more interactive with the things that they're passing over, like that lens flare there with the sunlight.
it really helped bind it together, as Obi-Wan would say, I guess.
Yeah, and I like it's old-fashioned model work. We didn't have access to CGI at this point, and so we had to figure out how to do it the old-fashioned way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is my favorite shot of the whole probe sequence, because with the depth of field, I'm very proud of that shot, because it really looks like it's there.
It does.
And the crazy thing is, you can really tell in the close-ups here that it's pretty small, but it's actually about like a 2-inch tall probe droid toy.
Yeah, that's more like 3 or 4 inches.
Well, if you include the legs, I was thinking the body.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very small, but they really cram a lot of detail into these Star Wars toys.
Here's my moment.
You feel kind of goofy swinging a lightsaber at nothing, pretending you were fighting a droid?
And I like how that it's very much seemed like Luke Skywalker on Endor. The types of movement.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, with the scout troopers.
Very old school Jedi moves. It looked pretty cool. Who is this villainous fiend? Now this right here, this was going to be the opening shot of the film. I always called this the 2001 shot because it was so slow. It was kind of boring, honestly. And originally I was going to pan down from the text crawl to this, and the movie was just going to open with Vader on his Star Destroyer talking to his minions, as George Lucas would say. But then all the lockdowns happened, and it gave me too much time to think about the film, and I added that whole platform sequence and that probe droid scene. And I think that really gave the movie a lot cooler of an opening than just a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because originally it wasn't going to be bounty hunters. It was going to be stormtroopers that found him.
Yeah.
So it was going to be the ship and then cut to the stormtroopers on the surface.
Mm-hmm. Here's one of my favorite shots. It reminds me of Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that's
just the way the ties are flying by. They look perfect.
That's old school Star Wars at its best.
Yeah.
Just try to ignore the ceiling fan reflecting in the helmet.
Yeah.
And there he is, Commander Faust, played by the humble, talented, and handsome David Overholt.
Did you mention humble?
Yes, I mentioned humble.
Okay.
He's one of the easiest actors I've ever worked with. I get along with him pretty good. But yeah, this scene, I actually changed what their conversation was about because I realized I needed to explain the costume change for Vader, because we totally destroyed the first Vader suit we had filming all the fight in the woods, and we had to buy a new one. And the suit was different, so I realized, well, we got to explain why I'm in 2 different Vader costumes. So we just said, hey, what if the other suit is a prototype, like a more flexible combat suit?
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, hey, that'll work.
And then it also explains why Vader's not fighting like this in Episode 4, because he's not in the flexible suit.
Mm-hmm. He tried that before,
And it didn't work.
didn't work out.
Because he's also supposed to be using the Force to kind of push himself beyond his limits.
Here's a great shot.
Yeah. That's like the second time, too, that I had a shot made and ready, and then when the Kenobi show came out, they showed him from the back going into hyperspace. But we had it in our film first, I just couldn't get it finished in time to get it out before Kenobi released.
Here's our Raiders of the Lost Ark shots. Mm-hmm. Little cinematography from Michael here.
Yeah, we had we had a whole storyboard sequence, but when we got out to the location, everything had grown because it was scouted in the winter, and we couldn't actually physically stand in the locations that were planned. Mm-hmm. So we had to kind of wing it on the day.
Really worked out great, too, though. And I know some people commented that this section was a bit slow, but what I was trying to get across with this is that to Dodongo, the Rodian there, in his own mind, he sees himself as this roguish adventurer like Indiana Jones, because I thought it would make it even funnier when he gets his comeuppance later on, when you find out what a loser he really is. And that's the one shot from the storyboards that survived, that big wide shot. The rest of this... Michael put together. And that's Johnny, my younger brother, playing Bondakalia. He did a great job with all that.
Now, of course, he's an original character, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was a lot of fun to put together. I kind of based him off of Forlom and Zuckuss, and he's got some Creature from the Black Lagoon gloves that my mom and dad got me for Christmas one year.
Mm-hmm.
So this shot coming up here, when Dodongo fires the blaster, it was kind of an improvised shot on the scene, because we had just gotten a new rig for the camera where we could hold it low and get low angles. And so I thought, this is a cool idea. I know David didn't plan it, but I ran it past him and he seemed to like it.
Yeah.
Worked out good.
I really like Micah's performance here, too, because he has like its cool kind of dark action hero-y Clint Eastwood kind of vibe. And it made it edgier Jedi than we usually see in the movies.
Dark and gritty.
Yep, dark and gritty. There's the shot right there. That up shot just really looks cool. And I will say, it was a lot of fun being this bounty hunter and trying to capture the kind of like jumpy kind of side, because...
A little bit twitchy.
Yeah, and here's where his confidence totally gets shot, when he realizes that they've been working for Vader this whole time. He's like, oh crap, I didn't know we were working for that guy, you know? And I was very specifically trying to do a lot of 1940s, and in gangster movies in the 40s, when there's like a little jumpy nobody, they always are kind of like rubbing the sweat off of their lips. Yeah. So that's why I was doing those movements with Dodongo, trying to be he's nervous.
Some body language.
Yeah. My favorite moment there, the "you should be" line, is he's pretty edgy. So there you had it. That was part 2 of our commentary for Star Wars Fallen Jedi. Thanks for watching. We're gonna keep making these whether you like it or not, and we'll get through the whole movie eventually. We got a few more of these to go. Thanks for hanging in there with us. I'm David Overholt.
I'm Micah Magill.
And I'm Michael Overholt.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.